The knife paused midair in my hand, hovering above a half-chopped onion, when my father said it. Not loud, not angry, just final. "They can eat whatever leftovers are in the kitchen," he said, eyes never leaving the seating chart he'd drawn like a battlefield. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories. They're not guests. I felt the room tilt. The hum of the refrigerator grew teeth. My kids went still behind me, trained quiet, the kind you learn when love is conditional. I swallowed the sting before it reached my eyes. I kept my face calm. I let the knife finish its cut. I remember thinking how strange it was that betrayal sounded so polite. I didn't look up when my sister laughed, a soft, pleased sound. She didn't have to twist the knife. She just rested her hand on it. "I'm staying all week," she said, checking her phone. "So you're paying for my meals too?" My father nodded. He always did when she spoke. Then he turned to me like I was furniture that had learned to breathe. "Set the table," he said, "and hurry. Don't embarrass us." I smiled. It surprised him. It surprised her. It surprised me most of all. I set the knife down. I wiped my hands. I reached into my pocket and made one call. No one noticed at first. That's the thing about silence. It looks like surrender to people who've never had to use it as a weapon. I moved through the house, placing plates, counting chairs, listening to the old rhythms return. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories. My mother humming without words, my father directing traffic, my sister expanding into every room like she owned the deed. Something was off, though. The air had weight, the kind that presses on your chest right before a storm breaks. My sister kept glancing at her phone. My mother asked if anyone had confirmed the delivery. My father frowned at the window, watching the sky like it had betrayed him personally. I kept working. I'd learned early that my value here was labor. I learned it when I was 13 and my sister broke a vase and I apologized first. I learned it when my college acceptance letter went on the fridge behind her dance recital photo. I learned it when I paid their mortgage for 6 months and they called it helping out. The betrayal didn't start tonight. Tonight was just where it stopped pretending. It began years ago, quietly. A loan I co-signed that I wasn't supposed to ask about, a credit card in my name I didn't recognize, my sister's temporary stays that never ended, her groceries rung up on my account because you're better with money. I noticed patterns, always after holidays, always after I tried to pull back. My father's disappointment sharpened whenever I said no. My sister's jokes got crueler when I asked questions. So I stopped asking. I started watching. I learned dates, times, names. I saved messages. I screenshotted statements. I listened to phone calls on speaker from the hallway and memorized the pauses where truth usually hides. I didn't confront them. I documented them. People like my parents mistake patience for weakness. They don't understand that restraint is just delayed force. The call I made wasn't angry. It was precise. I confirmed numbers, I authorized changes, I removed access. I thanked the person on the other end for their help and wished them happy holidays. Then I went back to setting the table. Dinner time came and went. No knock at the door, no delivery truck. My mother checked her watch. My father checked his phone. My sister's smile thinned. "I thought you said it was handled?" my mother said. "It was," my father snapped. "I handled it." I placed the last fork down and finally looked at them. Really looked. The moment stretched. My father's phone rang. He stepped away to answer it. His voice dropped, then rose, then cracked. My sister stood. "What is it?" He didn't answer. He stared at me like I had changed shape. My mother's phone buzzed next, then my sister's, then again and again. Confusion bloomed into panic with breathtaking speed. "The accounts," my sister said, scrolling. "Why can't I—" My father came back into the room, pale. "What did you do?" he asked. I took a seat at the head of the table. "I fixed the seating," I said. They stared. "The mortgage payments," I continued, calm, "the credit cards, the catering deposit, the weekly grocery charge, the temporary expenses." I let the silence work. "I was never a guest," I said. "I was the bank." My sister tried to laugh. It came out wrong. "You can't just—" "I can," I said, and I did. My father sat down heavily. My mother covered her mouth. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. Control had shifted, and everyone felt it. The call I made, I said, ended my generosity. I stood. My kids watched from the doorway, eyes wide, learning something new about me. I won't be setting the table anymore, I said, and you won't be eating leftovers from my life. No one stopped me when I left the room. Outside, the night was clean and cold. My hands shook then, just a little, not from fear, from release. I buckled my kids into the car. I looked back at the house once, all the lights on, all the noise contained. I drove away without rushing. I didn't feel guilty. Guilt is for people who take without permission. I reclaimed what was mine. Silence had taught me everything I needed to know. Timing did the rest.